Okay, guys, I got the wildest stuff to report. It's kind of crazy. So, I go to my dentist this morning to get my toothers cleaned. See how clean they look? Anyway, so I go I go and get them cleaned, and the dental technician that's cleaning my teeth, she's about my age, maybe a couple of years older, and she's a real cool chick, and she's got hair even longer than mine. And it's the same color as mine, and she's got a big braid down the back. So I'm thinking, okay, she's a cool chick, I mean, um, not that you have to have like long hair to be cool. It's just that, I felt a kindred spirit with her. And she's looking at me, and all of a sudden, guys, there was like an earthquake. It was a big boom outside the window, like a big bolt of lightning or thunder or something, like chapoom, the way that sounds. And at the same time, I'm laying back on this table, and it starts shaking and moving just like this. And those lights they put above your head. It's probably somewhere around a foot long, and to where they can look down in your mouth and everything with this light. It starts swaying and jiggling and stuff like that above my head. This went on for a couple of seconds. And I'm thinking, I said, did we just have an earthquake? She goes, I think we did. She was like, by the way, before I forget, now that the world's not coming to an end, or maybe it is, she said, you need to get your crown done sometime. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I don't have an extra $600 or $700 laying around today. She goes, no big deal. She goes, just make sure you get your crown before Christmas. Why don't you come in September? And I'm like, okay, I'll get my crown in September, sure. I'm, Guys, it's almost too ludicrous. I mean, if you could have heard this dialogue, here's the earth is shaking, big lightning and thunder outside at the same time that the ground's shaking and moving, and she's telling me that I need to get my crown before Christmas. How does September sound? And I'm like, I don't know, sounds like Feast of Trumpets to me. But anyway, I just thought that was encouraging. And plus, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, I guess you could, but why would you? And another thing too, I was out playing golf yesterday, last night, and my husband and I were, and we were on this at I think it was the third or fourth hole, and it was a par four, and it was called the Evian. That's what they called it. And I thought, take off, because I mean, and typically that's an airplane that can take off and or land on water. But still, I'm just like, the river of life. I mean, I was thinking all these things. Well, we took a little break around, I guess, maybe about the ninth hole or something like that, and we're sitting on this little, it's almost like a little park bench and table, and I'm singing that little song that came to me last week in a dream, like he is lifted up in strength, power, and glory. And sometimes I don't know my own space, and so I get up abruptly from the table because our break is over with and we just feel like continuing, and I cut my hand real bad. See that, guys? I really banged it up. Well, the blood was flying, because I have a tendency to do that. Like, I'll get a little bitty cut and it just seems like it bleeds. But anyway, so I mean, we're digging down in our backpacks and everything, trying to find, like, tissue paper or something, because we didn't have our little first aid kit on us or anything. And guys, I mean, so I'm like, okay, Avion, we're taking off. Then we take a small break, like we're resting and waiting and watching, right? And then the blood of the saints, or the blood of Jesus, and just when I was singing a praise and worship song, and guys, I looked down, and you wouldn't believe it. I mean, because we pay enough, city taxes in this town, but this was like like basically owned by the park system and everything. So it really shouldn't have had like old equipment or anything like that, but the table had some rust on it. Well, I get to thinking, okay, when's the last time I had a tetanus shot? Well, that had been since '07. So I had to run in and get a tetanus shot today, which I hope they didn't put a big bunch more stuff in there now, because I don't know what to do, because I mean, like, it looks pretty bad, doesn't it, guys? But anyway, so that is my life story. Since I talked to y'all last, and I don't know if it means anything to you guys or not, but with the earth shaking, and we're going to get our crowns maybe in September, but we got to get them before Christmas and all this stuff. I mean, I hope that girl has the gift of prophecy. That would be great. But I'm looking up over here in Kentucky. Just thought y'all would like to know. And